If you plop down when you go to sit, that can be an indication of leg weakness or a leg mobility problem. And it can also put you at risk for falling if the chair were to slip away from you. In this video, I'll show you how to get your legs stronger and more mobile so that you can sit down safely. But first of all, we need to look at what's required to sit down safely. In order to sit down, you need to lower your legs down against the downward force of gravity. Now, when you do that, the further away from your knees your center of gravity gets, the harder your quadricep muscles have to work. And if you have some weakness in your legs, you'll hit a point where you just have to plop down. Additionally, the more tension that's created in your quadriceps, that compresses your kneecap up against your thigh bone, because your kneecap actually sits inside your quadricep tendon. So if you have some knee arthritis, particularly arthritis behind the kneecap, that can create pain to where you may just let go because it hurts too much. Now, as an alternative to that, you can hinge at the hips, and if you lean your trunk more forward, that shifts some emphasis to your glutes, takes the emphasis off of your quadriceps, and it also brings your center of gravity more over top of your knees so you don't have as much downward compression force on the knees. However, if you have hip arthritis or some other hip mobility problem, you may lack the mobility to get enough forward bend of your trunk, and then at some point you just plop down. So first you need to improve the mobility in your hips to be able to hinge at the hips, and then also improve the strength both in your quadriceps and your glutes so that you can sit down safely. So to work on mobility, we're going to do a hip mobility stretch. For this one, you want to sit in a chair without arms and kind of straddle your legs out to the side. Try to scoot back all the way into the chair and then push your legs out and knees out as far as you can. This stretches out your inner thigh muscles and then also helps strengthen your glutes. So you're squeezing your glutes to drive your knees out and then stretching out the inner thigh muscles. Hold that for about 10 seconds and then relax, and then repeat that 5 to 10 times. So squeeze the glutes to drive the knees out, hold for 10 seconds, and relax. Now, after you've finished your repetitions of that, we next want to work on strengthening the quads and glutes to push you upwards. So to do that, get your knees driven out, drive the heels down into the floor as if you're going to stand up from the chair. Hold that position for 10 seconds and then come back down. Drive the heels down into the floor as if you're going to stand up and hold for 5 to 10 seconds and then relax. And again, repeat that one for 5 to 10 repetitions. Now that you've stretched out the inner thigh muscles and primed the glutes to work, now we're going to translate that into actually standing up and sitting back down into the chair. So scoot forward on the chair, set your feet at least hips width apart, potentially even a little wider. That gives you more mobility in your hips. If you bring your knee up like this or go into hip flexion with your knees close together, you have less mobility in the hip joint than if you're slightly out to the side. This gives you a little bit greater range. Additionally, if you've got a little bit of a belly on you, that allows your belly to come down between your thighs, versus here you may end up getting blocked. So for a number of reasons, it's good to spread your feet out a little bit, drive your knees out that way to activate your glutes, lean your trunk forward so that you get some hip flexion here, bring your body weight over your knees, and then drive up to a standing position. Now to sit back down, it'll be just the opposite. You put your weight back on your heels, drive the knees out to the side, slowly lower down until you can feel the surface of the chair, and then slowly let weight off to sit back down. To practice this as an exercise, you can slowly lower down until you touch, not fully relax on the chair, and then come back up. Slowly lower down until you touch and come back up, and repeat that process 10 times or until you get tired, but remember not to plop down as you're doing the exercise. Now, at some point, you'll need to move beyond just body weight exercises to further strengthen your legs. And to do that, you can check out this leg strengthening with dumbbells video over here. But before you go, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you can get notified of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.